Going on, everyone? Clipen here, and I'm going a competitive outlook on the Xbox One controller. I've watched a lot of reviews online, but it's normally from casual gamers, and I just don't think, they give you the best idea of how the controller actually plays, how the grips work out, the feeling of the controller, and I really want to get that all into one video because I think it's important for people to know. So I've had this Xbox One controller for about a month, and I have to say the analog sticks are slightly different from the 360, as in they're smaller and they have an outer grip along the outside edge. For the 360 controller, they had those four little dots that were the grips, and they would wear off real fast, which, probably produced more sales for them, but it was annoying having to get new controllers all the time. With these, it keeps your fingers pretty well on the controller. It's a little different getting used to how small they are, but once you do, it plays really well, and I like it a lot. When it comes to the D-pad and the buttons, they're very mechanical, a little bit better than the 360 in my opinion. I haven't had any problems. I play games like FIFA where you have to hit XA real fast to do certain skill moves, and I think it's similar to BXBing, BXRing, where you don't want a button to not register because it's very important, and it does a better job of this than the 360 controller in my opinion, because I always had problems where I would hit two buttons quickly when I need to in a certain game and it just wouldn't pick up. So they work really well, and I don't know many games that use the D-pad, but it seems like it gets the job done. These two buttons, which are the menu and the home button, you don't use them much in game, so I'm not going to go over that, as well as the Xbox one that sends you to the dashboard. One of the most important part of the controllers that everyone knows is the triggers. And the triggers on this controller are much better than the 360 in my opinion. They're a lot smoother, they just get the job done well. They're a little bit raised, but your fingers just fit nicely on the backs. And once you've felt an Xbox One controller, you'll know the same thing, and I guarantee that you like them just as much. One thing that hasn't been talked about a lot is actually the bumpers. On the outside edge, they push in pretty easily, but right in here at the top, you really have to strain your fingers to push down. It's actually kind of weird. When I first noticed it, I was kind of confused, because when you flip quick, back and forth when you're playing a game like Call of Duty or Halo, you need to push that quickly. Like, you might just go real quick. And it wore in a little bit more as I used it, I realized, but up here it's a lot harder to press than down here. Down here is very easy, so I think that's a little bit of a downside, but like I said, it wore in after about a month of me having it. I think it pressed a little bit easier up top than it did before, but it's something to be noticed. The overall feel of the controller is pretty good. It's similar to the 360 where it's smooth, matte finish, but I'm just waiting for some console creator to put out a controller similar to the Scuff, when they release the console, because the Scuff has great grips, sweats no problem, you fit nicely to the controller, but these controllers are always slick, so if your hands do sweat a little bit, when you're playing, you slide down a little bit, or you might lose like a grip on something just because of that. So, you might want to get scuffed up, I'd say. I might eventually get a Scuff, but we'll see about that. The width of the controller is very good. I think it's good for your hands. That's why I never liked the PlayStation controller. It's very small to me. But this is similar to the 360. I think it looks a lot nicer than the 360. But I guess that's pretty much it. I just wanted to say, if you haven't checked out Ace the Montage, please go watch it. It's incredible. It's 23 minutes, but it's worth every second. Ace is obviously the player that's in it, and it was edited by Snipe Towdy, and I can't think of the guy. He did the intro, but it's a brilliant montage. You got to check it out. It's got to be a top 5 montage I've seen ever. So, yeah, thank you for checking out this video. I really do like the Xbox One controller, but like I said, when I get a Scuff, I'll review that. So, thanks a lot. See you guys later. Peace.